sequence is one of the greatest in mobile gaming history. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't gameplay from an old emulated console game, but from a mobile game released in 2014. Modern Combat 5, in my opinion, is the greatest mobile game ever released, and in today's video, we are going to explore what made it so great, dive into the story, and the reception and legacy the game leaves today. Developed by Gameloft Bucharest and released July 24th, 2014, MC5 was the sixth and final game in the Modern Combat series. MC5 was the first of the series I played, as it was the only one which was free to play. For anyone who grew up without a console or PC, Gameloft is a very familiar name, as they developed some of the best mobile games in their prime. If there was a popular title on console, you could bet there would be a similar game developed by Gameloft. MC5 didn't launch with the greatest reputation, as its initial release date was delayed, coming out 7 months later than originally announced. But whatever was done in those 7 months was totally worth it, as this game blew my mind at 8 years old. Now without further ado, let's see why. Now, I know I said this was a mobile game, and while it's still available on mobile devices, just for the sake of convenience, I will be playing on PC. This isn't an emulator. MC5 was actually made available for PC back in 2018, and it actually runs better on my laptop than it does my phone. Well, anyways, moving on.
3 weeks ago, the World Liberation Army launched a cyber attack on several Asian networks.
Do you think I've been living under a rock? Every world leader's here for the emergency summit on cybersecurity. But what does this have to do with the terrorist attack on Venice last month?
The World Liberation Army's attack on Venice was a cover-up, Rue. You gotta believe me.
Your signature is right here, Phoenix. Infiltration of Venice commenced at 1300 hours.
The mission report from Venice is fake. That's what I'm telling you. The whole goddamn thing was a lie.
The game begins with a cutscene where our protagonist, Caden Phoenix, is trying to convince his superior, Sophie Davio, aka Rue, that a terrorist attack done by a group called the World Liberation Army on Venice, Italy, as well as the cyber attack on multiple Asian networks, was a cover-up by their employer, Gilman Security. Rue, unconvinced, points out his mission report signature, which Phoenix says was a lie. The cutscene continues with a flashback as Phoenix and a fellow Gilman PMC, Bull, swim under some debris before resurfacing and dispatching some hostiles.
Strike 2 to Monarch. We're in. Activate tracking. Roger that, Strike 2. Tracking activated. Good luck out there. Over. Solid copy. Strike 2 out. Through here. Watch the edge. Careful. Contact. Take him out. On your go.
The environment and graphics are absolutely phenomenal for a mobile game. Playing through again, I've noticed some details I missed as a kid, such as these victims of the terrorist attack. After completing the mission objective, Bull calls for extraction, which leads to a high-octane set piece where we fight our way through the famous canals of Venice.
Extraction location. Over. Hold up. Come on.
Let's go.
Thanks. Strike 2, this is Monarch. Advance to extraction point B. Over. You heard him. Come on. Kill them. That's our ride out of here! Get in the goddamn boat!
As I stated in the beginning of the video, this is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen come out of a mobile game. It's forever burned into my mind. We resume the conversation from earlier, and Phoenix reveals that Gilman has noticed him snooping around and blackmail him into signing the mission report by threatening his daughter Lily. Before they can continue any further, the building they are in is rocked by an explosion and Phoenix blacks out.
Was behind the whole thing.
So the world's biggest private security contractor is, what? A front for the World Liberation Army? That is what you're telling me. We have been working for terrorists.
I need your help, Rue. You're the only one I can trust. They know I've been asking questions.
And the mission report, why did you sign it?
They made me when I got back to Tokyo. Lily. My daughter. They threatened to hurt her.
Have you spoken to anyone else about this bullshit? Because I think you'll need to... Wait, what the... Fuck! Get down!
Following the blackout, Phoenix wakes up to complete chaos and a nurse named Miku calling him. The setting of this mission takes place in Rennoji Temple, Japan, which I learned is actually a real place. Phoenix follows Miku, who we learn has a connection to Rue. Miku is suddenly grabbed by an enemy and we are pulled into a quick-time event, which we will see a lot throughout this campaign.
You okay?
Run! Hide! Phoenix! This way!
Stay back!
Now this chapter is absolutely horrific and not something I expected. At every turn, innocent people and hospital scrubs are massacred and blood paints the walls and floors. As we fight our way through, we even witness some patients pick up arms and fighting back with limited success. A cool detail I want to bring to your attention with MC5 is how they use their loading screens. Throughout the campaign, the game will give you little tidbits of lore about the main characters and the story. For example, the enemies we are fighting throughout the temple are called the Raiders. This allows us to learn a little bit more about the world without the characters' lore dumping.
Here, Rue told me to give this to you, so she can contact you.
Thanks.
Phoenix, do you copy? What is your status?
Rue, we're trying to get out. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
There's no time to explain. Listen to me. You need to get into the building adjacent to the one you're in. Just follow Miku. She knows the way. Over.
After establishing comms with Rue, Phoenix and Miku continue through the temple, witnessing more carnage. Falling through a floor, Phoenix discovers a drone, which basically turns him omniscient.
Nice.
Anyways, one badass kick, and a few more firefights later, Phoenix reunites with Miku and they reach the exit. As Phoenix pushes open the door, we get a glimpse of the destruction outside. Despite the limitations, this environment is still one of my favorites. The cherry blossoms play in stark contrast to the smoking buildings beyond it, and the innocent people gunned down moments later beneath it.
Phoenix, hostiles are surrounding the area. Make your way through the building as quickly as possible.
Tell me what's going on.
Listen, there was an attack on Tokyo. The city has disintegrated into a war zone. I placed you in a temporary emergency hospital. I thought it would be safe, but riots and looters are seeing to it that medical supplies are in short supply.
What kind of attack? Where? Rue? Rue?
We continue on with a cutscene that is honestly hilarious. First, Phoenix breaks this guy's neck with no effort and then hits a knife throat with the most awkward grip I've ever seen. How does he even generate enough power with the grip in that angle? We fight through a few more enemies before getting hit by a flashbang, which leads to the best QuickTime event of this game.
What the?
ここで何をしてやがる。
殺してしまえ。
誰だおめえは。
And of course Miku comes in with a clutch assist. Our moment of respite doesn't last long as Phoenix is tackled off a railing and finds himself upside down. Honestly, I haven't seen anything like this in an FPS. It's a quite unique change of pace as they literally flip the world upside down. I remember the first time I came across this as a kid, I was totally thrown off by this and ended up missing most of my shots. After cutting ourselves down, Rue reconnects with us with news of reinforcements, as well as admitting she's starting to believe Gilliman is up to something suspicious.
Phoenix, push to the far end of the building. I'm sending support. They'll update you.
Update me on what?
I know you were telling the truth. You were right about Gilman. We'll talk more. Just Just get out of there alive, okay?
I'm on my way. Over.
On our final push through Renoji, we run into a juggernaut with a minigun, which leads to the first boss encounter of the game. It's not anything special as we shoot explosive tanks, throw grenades, and shoot until our backup arrives.
Looks like we arrived just in time. Get in.
Rue, it's me. I'm with Takura and Andrews. Now tell me what the fuck's going on.
There was an attack on Tokyo. A number of small-scale attacks throughout the city, followed by a concentrated chemical attack on the peace conference.
Who's claiming responsibility?
No one yet. They're still searching through the debris. In the meantime, the city has fallen into a lawless state.
And the missile that hit the safe house?
Part of the small-scale attacks. Look, the guys are going to bring you to the rendezvous point. The streets aren't safe, Phoenix. Be careful. Over.
Our backup is a couple more Gilman PMCs, Andrews and Takura.
Which, if you ask me, hasn't really... This place is crawling with raiders. Bastards think they own the city now.
Get us out of here.
Chill, man. We're in good hands. I got this under control.
Under control?
Oh, shit.
Phoenix, get on the 50!
I got it!
On our way to the rendezvous point, our trio is ambushed by the same raiders that attacked Renoji Temple. It seems like they have taken over the streets of Tokyo as it's in complete disarray. Also, how the hell is Andrews not out cold? Look at the hit he takes. We find ourselves behind the firepower of a 50 cal once again as Phoenix holds off the raiders while Andrews tries to get the truck moving again. Once we are back on the road, we continue to fight off raiders in an exhilarating chase through the streets of Tokyo.
Can't you shoot any better? Rocket punch car! Go to the street!
It's not helping! Fuck! Move!
Taking a shortcut!
After getting hit by an RPG, Phoenix blacks out and wakes up being dragged to cover by Takura in the middle of a firefight.
Phoenix! Come on! I got you! Fuck! Keep firing!
Where's Andrews?
Andrews, unfortunately, dies as the armored truck explodes with him inside, leaving Phoenix and Takura on their own as they fight through the streets against raiders and their own security drones, which have been programmed to shoot anything that moves due to the lockdown of Tokyo. Chapter 2 is my favorite part of the campaign. I love any setting that has rain pouring and lightning striking, and all the abandoned vehicles makes it feel like we're in a post-apocalyptic world. Speaking of cars, I noticed almost, if not all of them have interiors. This is an insane amount of detail for a mobile game. Eventually, we steal a van from the raiders, and while Takura hotwires it, we fend them off with a grenade launcher. Phoenix and Takura reach the rendezvous point and link up with Rue. The reunion is short-lived as the raiders have followed us. Rue positions everyone and we fight off wave after wave of raiders from up top with a sniper before being shot down from our position by a helicopter. The fight continues as Rue and Phoenix provide support to Hawk and Takura. We even return a favor to Takura.
I got you, man. Come on. Let's get you out of here.
And finally, we take out another juggernaut, forcing the raiders into retreat. But our problems aren't over just yet.
Phoenix, enemy drones are flooding into the area. I need to stay with Takura. Support Hawk while he installs jamming devices in the surrounding area.
Now, as we traverse the streets and plant jammers, we come across some interesting ad boards and plant the final jammer.
Place area secure.
So, if you haven't noticed by now, MC5 takes place in the future. From what I found, it's supposed to be between the 2030s and 2040s, which is crazy considering how close we are to those times. After securing the safe house, Rue and Phoenix continue their earlier conversation about Gilman. Now, the next bit of information will be hard to understand unless you've played the previous games, which I didn't. So I actually got this from the Modern Combat 5 wiki, which has been a huge help in the making of this video, so shout out to them. Rue plays an intercepted audio message between Bull and someone named Everett Saunders.
In Tokyo right now, we need to keep our heads down and stay with the crowd.
I don't like crowds. If I don't have my cash by tomorrow, you can forget about Phase 2.
You'll get your money, Mr. Taylor. There's a construction site at the center of Ryogoku. Tomorrow, 2 p.m.
I'll be there. And Saunders, if you try to fuck me, a lot of international agencies are going to suddenly know the real identity of one reclusive Kirk Bancroft, Gilman CEO.
Saunders was an antagonist in the previous game, MC4, and was the leader of his own PMC, Saunders Global Security, which committed similar terror attacks that Phoenix suspects Gilman is involved in. In fact, it's highly likely that Gilman is SGS rebranded, as Saunders faked his death in the last game and now goes by the alias Kirk Bancroft. Before they go any further, Phoenix reveals to Rue what really happened in Venice.
Alright, it's almost game time, ladies. Look alive. ETA!
2 minutes to insertion!
2 minutes might not be enough. We need to shake these fuckers before we reach the drop zone. Remember, as soon as we unclip, you need to get to them.
Damn it!
Fucker's dead. Phoenix on the gun now!
Alpha 5, this is Strike 2 Sky. We've got several bogeys coming in hot. Are we still go for... Jesus!
Oh, shit. Damn it. Grab my hand! I gotcha.
Thanks.
Moika, 9 o'clock!
Did I mention this is a mobile game from 2014? Once we are on ground, we make way to intercept this mysterious package. And once again, I can't help but praise the environment. The lighting combined with other environmental details is just phenomenal. Some console and PC games don't even look anywhere as good.
RPG!
We cut back to our conversation with Rue and tell her what really went down.
Recovered.
Seized chemical weapons being transported through the Mediterranean by the UN had been diverted to Venice months before. Basically, sitting there while politicians argued over the paperwork. Guess who was hired to help transport the weapons once the order came down?
Gilman.
With transport specifics confirmed, they then feigned a terrorist attack to destabilize the area.
In order to steal the weapons.
The UN blamed the World Liberation Army, presuming communication signals had been intercepted. And Gilman got away scot-free.
Phoenix and Bull intercept the package just in time and shoot down the helicopter carrying it, which is a little funny to me since there's supposed to be chemical weapons on board.
Strike 2, the package is in the air. You are out of time. Over.
Move! Ground that fucking thing now!
On our way to the crash site, Phoenix once again brings up his concerns to Bull, who isn't having any of it.
I'm not liking this, Bull.
You don't like being off leash, you can always crawl back to Uncle Sam's Glee Club. Come on.
Shortly after this interaction, we receive notice that Strike 3 has been hit, followed by Phoenix falling to the floor. And concerningly, Bull, who knows Phoenix is right behind him, doesn't bother to check up on him. After regrouping, we find the lone wounded Strike 3 PMC. Before we can evac, more WLA arrive with the support of another Juggernaut. I gotta say, man, these things are really cool. As more enemies converge on us, we deploy a drone, as Bull tends to strike through Charlie. This set piece feels like an attempt to replicate an AC-130 mission from COD, which doesn't feel too off the mark. Is it really an FPS game if there isn't a chance to rain down hell from above?
But wait, if Gilman and the WLA are one in the same, who were you fighting against?
They were pitting their forces against each other. Rue, Gilman guys on the ground floor have no clue about the World Liberation Army. I didn't know. Fuck, you're above me and you didn't know.
I don't see the point. Why not just go in and take the weapons?
They needed a smokescreen. Ruth, the only reason Gilman knew about the weapons was because they were hired to help secure and transport them. Another Gilman squad was moving in, acting on orders to do just that amidst the so-called terrorist attack. Operation Strike Zone was in place at the end of the attack, but Bull's mission was to get to the weapons first and eliminate all opposition.
Including the World Liberation Army soldiers and the other Gilman operatives. Bastards!
This further confirms that Gilman and the WLA are one and the same and are fighting each other, which sucks for the guys at the bottom of the totem pole. We continued with a watered down version of the drone mission as Phoenix and Bull secure and load the package.
Surface pipe, clearing the top. Area cleared, over. Entering the LZ. We got enemy contacts in the bell tower. I'm on it.
This is Strike Force Sky. We're coming down.
Come on, hurry up!
Monarch, transfer is complete. Package secure.
My only question is, where did Charlie go? We fought off more WLA while Strike 3 provides air support. Once the area is cleared, Phoenix clips on to rappel up, only for the chopper to get hit. Just before the crash, Phoenix is able to unclip and falls into the canals where Bull picks him up.
Monarch, this is Strike 2. We're in deep shit here. We've secured the package. Call off Operation Strike Zone and get these sons of bitches off our back. Request denied. The package needs to be fully removed from the area before we call off Operation Strike Zone. Recoordinating extraction. You'll be extracting my corpse, goddammit! Await further orders. Over.
Whoa, move it! Damn! Chopper's back! Rocket!
Shit! Monarch! I'm calling off Operation Strike Zone! The package has been secured and I am not gonna fucking die here! Abort Operation Strike Zone! Give the command to disengage!
There's too many!
Monarch, do you copy? Disengage! I repeat, disengage! Operation Strike Zone has been called off. Orders to disengage have been received.
Now, this part really confused me. This whole chapter is supposed to give more context to the events from the opening mission, and it does that. But at the same time, as we fight off the pursuing WLA, it doesn't end with us shooting down the chopper, unless this is a different one. Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't line up. But what we do know now is Gilman and the WLA are the same entity, probably controlled by the same people. Bull calling off Operation Strike Zone and our pursuers pulling off solidifies that.
The weapons were never mentioned in any report after the incident. The UN's not about to admit that they were storing chemical weapons in Venice.
So Gilman secured the weapons and then launched them on Tokyo to sabotage the peace conference?
Which was prompted by what? A cyber attack on the Chinese surveillance system last month, right? Now, I know I don't have proof, but I'm almost certain Gilman was behind that too.
But why?
Gather world leaders into one room and then... Don't you see it, Rue? They're trying to start fucking World War III.
We need to find out exactly what they're planning, and we need to stop them. Dropping in on Bull and Saunders' meeting is our only chance. Let's do this.
The drop-off is going to be some distance away from the construction site. You can't risk getting too close. Hawk is joining you for support.
I'll take all the help I can get. Anything else?
Just be quick about it. Saunders will have secured the area well, so expect hostiles in the territory. Be careful. Over.
Realizing what's at stake, Rue sends Phoenix and Hawk to intercept the meeting. I'm pretty sure we are back in Tokyo, and Rue informs us we are fighting Gilman operatives sent to keep the peace.
Rue, who the hell are these guys?
An elite force trained by Gilman, brought in to help keep the peace. But make no mistake, they are not interested in peace. Just keep progressing towards the location. Over.
Now, this makes me wonder why this meeting isn't being called off. Wouldn't any of them radio to the higher-ups that a pair of Gilman PMCs are rampaging through the same area a meeting between high-value targets is set to take place? Ultimately, I know they just needed a way to progress through the story, but I feel like it could have been done differently. But then again, no story is perfect, so I'm just yapping. Phoenix and Hawk reach the vantage point and spy on the meeting where Saunders asks Bowles to orchestrate another terror attack.
Where the hell is my cash?
Update me.
You got what you wanted. Conference was hit. Lot of dead bigwigs. The region is destabilized and the world's 1%ers are going into bunker mode.
Now to kick them while they're down. I want another attack on the summit. Link it to the WLA. Can you do this?
Can you pay for it?
Here's what I owe you, Mr. Taylor. Prepare the next attack. I'll be in touch.
Rue, did you get that?
Rue gives us the green light to eliminate Bull.
Take him out!
What?
Bull, kill him!
I don't know why, but I find it amusing that Bull's life is only worth 50 XP. I feel like they could have done more with him.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I've been bouncing off the walls these past few weeks, trying to figure out if I was crazy, but it's...
You're not.
Those sons of bitches have played us all along.
They're not going to get away with it, but they're going to find out that Bull is dead pretty soon, so we have to act fast.
What's the plan?
We have to take down Gilman HQ. It's the only way. Secure the information we need to implicate them and get out of there.
That's probably one of the most secure buildings in Tokyo right now.
As far as they know, I'm still in the dark. I have access and authorization codes, and I know their systems.
Still, I don't know. This feels crazy, even with everything considered.
We don't have any time. Crazy is our only option. This is it. You boys need to infiltrate Gilman, make your way to the top floor, and hack into the mainframe.
So what are we looking at? Advanced security system, armed personnel, standby forces with a 2-minute response time, layers of security doors?
I've hacked into the main security framework and found a way to dismantle the security layers as you progress.
Great. What about all the other stuff?
That's where you come in. You'll need to be fast and lethal.
Had a feeling you were going to say that. So basically we're going in guns blazing.
Have we got any other choice? Okay then, let's do it.
Phoenix, Hawk, and Takura infiltrate the Gilman HQ in Tokyo, while Ryu provides sniper support and gives out orders. The first part of this operation goes well, and our trio reaches the elevators, where they are attacked by drones. All seems well until one of the drones crashes into the elevator, throwing Hawk to his death.
Leave it, kid. We don't have time.
There's no time to mourn, and we move on. We briefly switch to Rue's POV as she eliminates targets before swapping back to Phoenix and Takura as they charge towards the mainframe.
Stay low. Good night.
Okay, you're clear. Move.
Wait. Take it. Okay, go. Hold.
Rue, heavy armor incoming!
Fuck you.
You're clear.
It doesn't seem like these two got the memo that they're under attack.
Deploying worm. Phoenix, come here. There is enough evidence here to completely blow the lid off Gilman's activity.
Hospitality incoming.
They're locking down the server room. Watch the entrances. I just need a few more seconds.
Trying to breach the main entrance.
After securing the intel, Rue tells us our only way out is through the roof. Before she can say any more, Saunders cuts into their comms and reveals he's been listening this whole time.
Phoenix, support is underway. The roof is your only way out. The extraction will...
Whoa, Phoenix. You're not gonna stick around to greet your host?
Saunders, how did you...
It's my building, sweetheart. I've been enjoying listening to your little chats.
It's over, Saunders.
The entire building is full of my best men. Your little friend is right, Phoenix. The roof is your only way out. Good luck with that.
Saunders throws everything he has at Phoenix and Sakura, but it's not enough to stop them. We reach the helipad, but just before we escape, our extraction chopper is shot down by Saunders piloting his own.
Prepare for extraction, Phoenix. We're hit! Losing control! Fuck! That's
Saunders!
It ends here, Phoenix.
Not for me!
Honestly, the ending of the story is so anticlimactic and hilarious. Saunders, who looks like he's wearing some kind of power armor, just jumped out of a wrecked helicopter, completely unharmed, walks up to Phoenix, gets his gun knocked out of his hand, and then gets out-muscled and stabbed with his own knife. Also, where the hell was the Cur during all of this? I feel like it would have been cool to see a recreation of Shepard's boss fight from Modern Warfare 3, but oh well.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Can you see the visuals I'm sending through?
Yeah.
Thanks to the information you secured, key Gilman operatives have been taken into custody. Once the UN realized that Gilman was behind the attack, they immediately pulled them out of Tokyo. The area has since stabilized. Gilman's roots run deep. The information led to leaders of key terrorist organizations in the Middle East. And it doesn't stop there. Key UN officials were also involved in Gilman's activities. They've since been arrested.
Sounds like a shitfest.
It has been. But we got the bastards. They are falling one by one. And Lily?
Safe. I'm with her now.
We did it, Phoenix.
Yeah. King is dead. Long live the king.
You are always a pessimist. Phoenix, wait.
And that's the end of the campaign of Modern Combat 5. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be another entry in the series, as the final cutscene seems to imply something more was to happen. Also, why were the Middle Eastern terrorist leaders the only ones who didn't have their faces blurred? It's honestly frying me. If I had to give the campaign a letter grade, I'd give it a B+. The environments, set pieces, voice acting, and music were absolutely phenomenal and a blast to play through, but the final mission was really disappointing. And throughout the second half of the campaign, which was not as good as the first half in my opinion, I felt like there were some parts that made no sense, such as Saunders and Bull's meeting in the middle of an open area with a nearby vantage point, but at the end of the day, it's a mobile game. You can't nitpick it too much. Another underrated aspect of the game is the way the AI works. If an enemy takes too much fire, they will retreat to cover. If you throw a grenade, they will disperse, and if you hit an enemy enough but don't kill them, they will pull out their sidearm and fire from the ground. Our allied AI has some cool interaction as well. If you are playing with multiple AI allies, like our trio in the first half of Chapter 6, if one goes down, the other will come over and pick them up. Also, if you take out an enemy AI, at times its comrades will turn and look at them. Cool detail. There are also these special ops missions which don't add anything to the story but are fun, quick pieces of action to play through. They range anywhere from clearing rooms, eliminating targets, holding your ground, or providing covering fire with a sniper. This is the best mobile game I have ever played in terms of story and graphics, especially for the time it was released. Nothing touches it, and I don't think anything ever will, as mobile games today are complete dog shit or ports of console and PC games. Modern Combat 5 was definitely ahead of its time, but outside of its story, the game has really fallen off, and we're going to dive deeper into why. Now, for starters, the UI of this game is an absolute eyesore, and everywhere you go, you are constantly bombarded with ads. Even as you load into the game, you get prompted to buy this and that. On the left side, you have the activities section, and within them are the shop, news, and chat. On the right, you have the battle pass, events, and game modes. And finally, in the middle, you have your loadouts and classes, which will be the next talking point of this video. Apart from the lackluster ending to the story, my next biggest gripe with MC5 is the weapons and class progression system. MC5 has 11, yes you heard that right, 11 different classes split into two tiers. Default classes, Assault, Heavy, Recon, Sniper, and Support, and bundle classes Bounty Hunter, Sapper, X1 Morph, Commander, Marauder, and Tracker. Weapons are also locked to classes. To put it simply, default classes are free to play, and the bundle classes are pay to win. While it is possible to unlock a bundle class without ever opening your wallet, you still pay with your time. Each class comes with its own perk and is unlocked through spending SP, soldier points, which you earn through leveling up. Now, the worst part of all of this is the weapon progression system. Let's say you play the heavy class and you want to unlock the next shotgun. Instead of unlocking it by playing the game and leveling up, you have to get blueprints for the weapon. How do you get blueprints? By opening combat and weapon packs, spending gear tokens, and spending diamond dust on shifter tokens. Combat packs were given out pretty easily just through playing, but weapon packs were a lot harder to get. Gear tokens were earned by leveling up, but there was only so many you could get, and the exchange rates were dog shit. And you were put on a timer after each purchase. And finally, shifter tokens are earned through pay-to-win events, so good luck collecting those. If you were looking to unlock a lower tier weapon, you had a pretty good chance of getting the blueprints after a few packs. But if you were after a higher tier weapon, which was usually a lot better than the lower ones, it could take several months, if you were lucky, to years. Of course, you could also rent the weapon for 6 hours for anywhere from 10 to 200 golden eagles. Wow. Armor was unlocked in the same way. If you collected all 4 pieces of a set, you unlocked it. Armor came with bonuses, but you didn't need all 4 pieces to get it, meaning you can mix and match any way you like. Armors also had armor cores, which gave further bonuses. Luckily, getting attachment isn't as much of a pain in the ass. All you have to do is get kills. Speaking of getting kills, let's talk about multiplayer. Multiplayer was a huge part of this game in its prime. You had all the classic game modes like free-for-all, zone control, capture the flag, and good old team deathmatch, along with some unique ones like VIP, Rush, Cargo, and 1v1 mode. Kill streaks were different compared to most other games that have them. Other than you choosing your own in the loadout section, you selected a preset before your multiplayer match. The better the kill streak, the more kills you needed. In order to unlock all the game modes, I'd have to play over 50 multiplayer matches, which I'm not interested in doing, especially since multiplayer is completely broken and almost impossible to compete in without pay-to-win classes and weapons. Matchmaking is completely broken. I'm getting dunked on by level 100 plus players using alien weapons and high tier perks. Also, movement just feels worse in multiplayer. The slow placed, almost skating on ice movement is fine for the campaign, which is a lot slower, but it's extremely frustrating for multiplayer, especially if you don't have perks or weapons that boost your speed. Nobody's playing on even ground. There's also a Battle Royale mode that, based on what I've found, has been in beta for 7 years, and you guessed it, is completely dead. But you can invite people through the global chat to play, so maybe you can get a game going. You can also 1v1 people through the same system for Golden Eagles. Modern Combat 5 was ahead of its time and still holds up graphically till this day. Although it is now plagued by ads and multiplayer is a pay-to-win mess, during its prime, I will say it's the greatest mobile game ever made. Loading in for the first time as a kid in 2014 and experiencing what it had to offer is something I'll never take for granted. Huge shout out to Game Off for giving kids like me who didn't have access to a console or PC an opportunity to play a game that felt like having one on your tablet. As I mentioned earlier, the game is pretty stagnant and I wouldn't be surprised if it shuts down in the next few years, but it being available for more than a decade is extremely impressive. If you manage to find yourself in a balanced lobby on multiplayer, the game can be pretty fun for a few minutes. And hell, it doesn't hurt to replay the campaign and Spec Ops missions, which are still top tier. Whatever happens, I'll always remember this game.